Can you talk a little bit about mentoring in your career and how you see yourself as a mentor? And and I know you're involved in Women in Bio, so maybe you could chat about that as well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think mentoring is being a mentor and being mentored is like been a huge impact, has had a huge impact in my career. I came into immunology because I came to Seattle and got a job originally with Joan Governman, who's the head of the immunology department now, but at the time she was not even tenured. And I wanted to learn about immunology, and I pestered her endlessly to get this job. I had no experience in her area at all, and came back like daily for like 2 or 3 weeks before she finally just relented and hired me. But she became an advocate for me, helped me get into grad school when my grades from undergraduate weren't perfect. And she actually wrote letters for me to help me get in, and has been a mentor of mine ever since. So she was one of my first mentors in, post college, though I had a few before then. Even my high school science teacher is probably why I got into research in the first place. Both male and female mentors along the way have helped me. I feel like we had a great mentor program. It was kind of grew out of organically at Juno out of kind of women kind of supporting women. And we kind of self-assigned mentors. And I had an awesome mentor, Liz Smith, who was actually our head of regulatory, which was great because she wasn't anywhere near what I was doing in early discovery. But yet I got to get her, her input along the way in the program. And then she would see me in a lot of these big leadership meetings because I was the research lead, and she would give me feedback afterwards. You should have handled this way. You could have done this. When this person comes at you this way, this is how you handle them. So she was awesome. And then I've tried to mentor others along the way. And that's one of the reasons I got involved in Women in Bio, is I really wanted to kind of be that person, get mentorship and give mentorship. I feel like as I started to realize what an impact mentorship has had on my career, I realized, there's people coming, a lot of people, and I think that it's better than it was, but coming out of grad school or undergraduate, kind of like not really knowing, and knowing people to help them navigate how to get into biotech, if that's how they want to get there. And how to, I've can't tell you how many people's resumes I've reviewed that I don't know them at all, but I've met them at a Women in Bio event, and they've sent me their resume, and I've done a once over for it, and be like, you need to remove this, you need this, there's too much of that, just that kind of thing is huge for people. And you don't realize it when you're doing it in like the mentor shoes. Then like you see that person and you see them go on and get a job and be successful, and you're like, that's awesome, because you actually have helped somebody along the way. So I don't, I don't think enough people realize how important it is to kind of get your own, like, I think somebody, I can't remember who it was along the way, introduced me to the concept of your personal board of directors, where you get different people. I have like a group of people that I consider my kind of personal board of directors, that are groups of mentors that have like very different, you know, they're very different kind of specialties. Like Akira is a great example. I
Mhm.
try to meet with him regularly. I just like the way he thinks about businesses and about biotech. My old CSO, Hi Levitsky, love the guy, meet with him as regularly as I can, and not as much now, obviously, but he is such a great scientific mentor. And I also feel like I can speak really frankly with him about kind of where I'm going and what I want. And he knows I would love to be a CSO, and like he helps me point me to the right places. And I could go on. I have a whole series of people that I kind of keep in touch with, and I meet with, and we talk just about career and where the field is going, and challenges. And yeah, it's I think it's super important to do that for yourself. And if I could tell anybody coming out of grad school, just it's so important to collect those people and keep those relationships, and it will help you immensely in ways you can't even begin to understand until like way later you look back, it's like, gosh, when was that I met you? Geez, you've helped me here, 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 and here in my career.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say I've had a similar experience with Fyodor Ernov, and him kind of popping up again and again throughout my career and helping me along the way. And I think it's so valuable. And I think when people go out of their way to promote you and be an agent for you and your work, it definitely makes you want to pay it forward for others and help them out. And put them in rooms and in conversations that they might not have been in otherwise, and help them find, that job they've been looking for. So I think that's a great attitude to have, and it's awesome that you do so much of that